Well, that's not going to take long, so I'll just do an entryway. This is already a bad sign. I got killed by the third fucking guy. Yeah, that really doesn't do anything. What the hell? Where did he go? I think I got everything. Oh, hey, Matt. So it's all DOS-era graphics, but with a modern GUI. Yeah, that's how it... Well, to be honest, if you want to play if you really want to play the classic Doom and all its glory, it's really not hard to find. Even the original WODs, it's very easy to find them online for free. But if you don't want to go that route, and you actually want to pay for them, there's millions of places you can get it. Even outside of eBay, you can get it by buying Doom 3. But they're a little unlockable. I was just doing that as like a test to just see if this game would start, see if my stream would start acting up if I didn't, if I started playing this game again. I did like an hour of Overwatch, and I didn't disconnect, so I think it's alright now. Because I know I'm right at the end. So I want to beat this game tonight, because I want to start Doom 64 tomorrow. I do apologize in advance. I'm not going to have nearly as much energy as I did earlier. I just more so want to get this game done with. I've been dying to beat it. And, like, today, there's just been, every step of the way, something has been trying to prevent me from beating it today. Like, right now, I don't even care about this. I don't care about finding the secrets. I don't care about getting the, challenges. I just want to push forward and beat it. Did you seriously manage to hit me while I was in the air? And when it's left, it's probably another camp. Yep. Oh, wait. Okay, I do have to go out there first. This looks like the corpse of that, end boss from Doom 64. I'm pretty sure that is. You'll find out what I'm talking about soon enough. Oh, that's a little odd. It's really the only Doom 64 reference I actually have seen so far. Oh. Okay, it'll lead me back here. Oh wait, maybe it's not, because there's another one right there. I mean, there could always be more than one. don't understand how half the time I don't hit those things. I know I'm dead on with them. I'm gonna die. Where is that one? God, they just don't stop throwing these guys at me. That was enduring. Wow. Okay. I think they kind of intend that to be enduring. How am I supposed to get to that? Oh. That was really the first secret? Shit. That might be. I'm pretty sure that's what you fought at the end of Doom 64. That one was pretty blatant. It's right above me. See, when I concentrate, I actually end up doing a lot better. The problem is, it's not as much fun to stream. As if I'm dead silent, then I don't know. lives. I feel like one of them was at the end of Doom 64, but I can't be certain. Boss time.
They promised me so much.
And here's the spider mastermind. Cyber Demon was baby mode in comparison to him. That was probably a bad idea. I know it. You have to find the rhythm. You gotta get the dance down, and then eventually you'll be able to kill him. It seems like there's a way that I can get him to, that I can get him to give me health. I just really haven't figured it out, because it only seemed like you can stun him with the BFG. I could try the Gauss Cannon again. The Gauss Cannon seemed to work, at least at one point, on both of the previous bosses. Yeah, the other two were like that too. The Hell Guards and the Cyber Demon, they all had an actual bar. Honestly, though, this one seems like a lot of its attacks are easy to avoid. I tried picking up a gas cannon. It wouldn't let me pick it up. I don't know why I can't now. I just have to make sure I keep my distance. That is definitely not a way to keep my distance. I don't know what was happening, but I was just... like, my brain just completely fried for a second. I was pressing quick select instead of Z and X. So that just had disaster written all over it. Gotta be a phase 2 to this as well. That's why. That's why they have those platforms, because of something like that. Wow. They just didn't take. What the hell was that? That can't be the last phase. There's gotta be a second phase, right? There it is. There actually isn't. He was the easiest boss out of the other two. Yeah, that was it. Knee deep in the dead, and who's next? Wow, I had way more trouble with the Cyber Demon and the Hell Guards than I did with him. I only died on him like 3 or 4 times.
You've won. It's over. You stopped the invasion and closed the portal. But it's come at a price. Argent, Vega, this entire operation. You see, I've watched you work. Come to understand your motivation. You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree. But with this, we can continue our work. I am not the villain in this story. I do what I do because there is no choice.
Rerouting tether coordinates complete.
Our time is up. I can't kill you, but I won't have you standing in our way. Until we
Wow, how are you able to do that? So that definitely means that there's going to be a sequel. Nope, like I said, like he said, he can't kill us. I kind of expected the ending not to be much. It is Doom, after all. If you're playing this game just for the story, you're not playing it you're not playing the right game. So, they're definitely going to make a sequel, because this game sold like hotcakes, and a lot of people love it, including myself. I just wish I had more energy beating this. Yeah, I'm not going to stream nowhere. I'm mentally wiped. I tried playing this earlier, and I ran into a shitload of issues with streaming, so... I gave it a rest for a little bit, came back, played an hour of Overwatch, and I just decided I just wanted to beat it. I think I was having those issues because I didn't update OBS. So key note, if there is an OBS update, fucking do it immediately. Because if not, you're more likely than not going to have your stream cut off constantly. What emote is that? I have never seen that one before. I actually thought they might have been setting up for, like, story DLC, but this game is a year old. If they didn't announce it now, they're never going to announce it. Yeah, hopefully my mood will be better tomorrow. Doom 64 is tomorrow. And there's the original Doom cover. So overall, again, I'm not really one for, I'm not really one to give numbered scores. I've been doing that increasingly lately. But if I had to scale it, 9 out of 10. Have a good night, Matt. Yeah, I'm done once the credits are over. I actually did not mean to go for this long, but... or to be this late. And I wholly meant to be in a better mood. but it is what it is. I can't really help it. I'm actually hungry, but I don't really know what they have. Hopefully when they release the next Doom, there's a better multiplayer. I haven't tried the multiplayer, I've seen gameplay of it, and it plays really different from the single player. Like, really different. The funny thing is that they were told that a lot of people really didn't like the approach to multiplayer, and because it was so late in them to get to an actual beta for it, they didn't really change anything about it. Great multiplayer. I think people really like the snap map. Great single player. Snap map seems like it's fun. As like a small extension to the game where you can make your own levels and shit. It kind of sucks that they went that route instead of giving a dev kit to people, but so they can make their own mods with it. But this is, I would guess I could consider this a AAA title. Be a little bit hard to make mods for a game like this. They outsourced the multiplayer to 2 different companies. Yeah, no wonder why it felt so much different to the single player to most people. To be blunt, multiplayer was never a thing about the original Doom. Multiplayer, I think, was modded. Like, the original Dooms never released with a multiplayer. It came from the modding community. And a lot of people just really loved playing it. Snap Map was done by Escalation Studios, while the multiplayer itself was done in conjunction with Certain Affinity. Bethesda never really does... They still haven't gotten a grasp on how to do multiplayer for any of their titles. Think about it. All the BioShocks never had any multiplayer. Never had a multiplayer. What's the word I'm looking for? A multiplayer component. Fallout doesn't have a multiplayer component. I think the only reason why they even bothered with the multiplayer for Doom was because of the fact that Classic Doom had a multiplayer community within the modding community. So I guess they thought that it was probably expected. But they also didn't want to put much effort into it. And to be perfectly honest, why even bother if you don't put the effort forth? It's not going to sell any... It's not going to make people want to buy it. It's just going to piss them off. Because to be honest, I never thought of multiplayer when I thought of Doom. I only ever thought of fun arcade shooter with a a big modding community. Oh yeah, and the Elder Scrolls titles. They never had multiplayer either. Until Elder Scrolls Online, but that's developed by a different company entirely. And that's also an MMO, that's not even regular multiplayer. Yeah, I mean, multiplayer is old, but id Software was never responsible for multiplayer for the original Doom. I'm pretty sure that that was all the modding community. I do not miss dial-up. Holy shit. We went right from 56K to cable as well, because Comcast started in our area. They were originally called Suburban, and they just grew from there. So we never had fiber optics, we never had DSL, we went from 56K straight to cable. Or straight to broadband. Fun fact, I've now had to deal with both Comcast and Verizon, and most of the time they're fine. I would say Verizon is a worse service than Comcast when it comes to having a consistent connection. In where I live, like between Philadelphia and here, Verizon's not even in the area where I live right now. Right now, the only options that we have in my current area are Comcast and a small local place called RCA. And from people that I've heard about as far as RCA is concerned, their internet's terrible, so Comcast is really the only option. But pretty soon, we're going to be charged even more, because net neutrality is dead. Yay! Don't you just love being fucked up the ass and being mouth raped at the same time? Because that's what Comcast and Verizon are going to do to everyone. And that's gonna be great. I love a slow and painful death. These are really long credits. Like, even the music decided, I'm kinda tired, I'm gonna lay back while these roll. I'm at least glad I beat Doom on Ultra Violence. I am honestly surprised how easy the Spider Mastermind was, and it only had the one phase. I think Nova got lucky with the Hellguards, though. Because I noticed in his game they kept staying together, and then he just got them in, and because they were in a corner, he just literally annihilated them. They kept separating whenever I was fighting them. So I ended up having to use my own strategy for that. Actually, the lock-on rocket launcher was the most effective on him on that second phase. I think Nova used the same thing too. what's interesting? Technically, I went in there with a full 3 shots of... No, actually, I think I used all of my, I think I used all 6 shots, didn't I? Maybe. But that might be why he was so easy, because I ended up using all 6 shots in the BFG. No Spider-Man. There's none of the lesser spider demons in this game either. I guess they couldn't figure out how to actually make that work. No lesser spider demons, and I kind of think that technically there's no arc vials, but I kind of think that the summoners took their place. Because the premise for them is pretty much the same. Except instead of reviving enemies on the map, instead they just brought in new demons. I think also Nova made it extra hard on himself because he was using the Gauss Cannon in siege mode and blowing up pillars. So between that and the spider blowing up pillars, he ended up not having any to stand on. Oh! I didn't watch him do the spider demon, or the spider mastermind part. I stopped watching after the Hellguards because he ended up getting ahead of me. I didn't want to spoil any of the fights for myself. Yeah, if you use the Gauss Cannon in siege mode, it'll blow up pillars. Actually, really, if you hit them enough, they'll explode with any weapon. I noticed. I actually tried the chainsaw one because I thought it was like a way I could get more ammo. But nope. Most weapons don't blow up a pillar beneath. Yeah, good point. It takes a few shots. Except for the Gauss Cannon. Jesus Christ, this is going on for a really long time. Doom unto the evil? What the fuck? I actually can't believe this game ended up the way it was, because I saw footage for when it was originally called Doom 4. And it was a wholly different game.